7. John Higgins to break.
So, frame 7, and it's very much game on. Selby led 3-1 at the interval, but breaks a 43 and 69 from John Higgins, and it's all square again. And Mark Selby has got to regroup here. He hasn't really done too much in the last couple of frames. Standards have dropped a little bit, so you can pretty sure that the comfort break he went on, and he's having a word with himself. He needs to start picking his game up.
Not quite as he intended. He wanted the white near the cushion. John Higgins might just be tempted here. I'm just thinking if he could roll that red up into the left corner, he wouldn't leave anything else. So he might just risk this because he'd drop on the blue. Definitely worth the risk. Wow. He's just looking at the angle again, but it's not far away. It's not far away. That was beautifully played. It's a shot, though, that Mark Selby shouldn't have left. His shot was just played a little thinner than he anticipated. Oh, when this red passes the other red, so it's a good chance. In fact, if he gets a good angle
6
on the black, it would be a good time to go into the bunch with that red to the right of the black as a little bit of insurance.
You're absolutely right, Dennis. And it's amazing how many times you see players, even at this level, they don't do it. I don't know why. You know, if you
7.
get the angle, go in there first time, and if you don't get on one, you've got the red there as security.
Yeah, he can't do it, though. He didn't get the angle, as you can see.
Yeah, I'd have been doing what you said if you could have got the angle. Now you pop this one, presumably get on the blue, and then you just got to trust the luck a little bit. It's a shot you really do need to hit the pink absolutely plumb here. There's a gap between pink and the red, so you've got to make sure you get this full in the face if you're going to play it hard.
Make sure there's no plants on, though. Played it well. I say he's played it well. He's a bit unlucky.
20.
Look where the pink's gone, and look where the black is finished up. Beautiful split, but it knocked the black awkward, and it knocked the pink awkward. The pink was in the open. All of a sudden, that red landed on it.
Yeah, I think the black may pot here, but of course it's a little trickier than it would have been. Yeah, it's stun on here. Try and hold for this black. Well, John didn't fancy playing for it. So he's trying to get topspin in. Always difficult, especially using the extended rest there, just to get the momentum on the cue ball. So he's a bit low on this blue.
John Higgins, 21.
Yeah, he was very unlucky with the split when he knocked the pink and black safe.
I mean, you'd be unlucky if you're not one of them, Dennis, but to knock both of them into such awkward positions. Yeah, very unlucky. The only good news is here, he's got away with that one because I don't think he's left anything.
Oh, you're absolutely right, John. They're all covering each other, as you can see there from that picture. That's where he'd like to get, over the left side of the table. Well, he's going to take this pot on along the cushion and head up towards the yellow. If it goes in, it'll be a bonus. That's a great shot.
Yeah, it's the second one of those potted this evening, and that one was even more difficult than the first. So tough on these championship pockets.
The thing was, he knew it, he may not finish on a colour, but he knew he could do this if he knocked the red in. So that has given him the advantage.
Yes, and look at the way he's played that, Dennis, as well. He's played three-quarter ball to the left-hand side of that to stop John Higgins going across the table, which would have made his escape from the snooker easier. So he's purposely played the cue ball to that side of the yellow.
He'd have to go twice across to get onto that red there, and that's not easy to judge. He's looking at an alternate, but it's not easy. Don't like this shot. Why did he not attempt to go twice across the table? That looked very difficult to get away with it there.
Well, I honestly don't know what he's played there, Dennis. I really don't. It's so unlike John Higgins, A, to play a shot that looks like the wrong one, but to play it so badly. I mean, it's just a natural angle here for Mark Selby, just to run this through.
Yep.
And okay, this black isn't over the hole, but you'd expect him to knock this in, and well, he's just presented Mark with a fantastic chance. Here's John's escape again. What's he trying to do?
8.
I don't really know which red he's played on there. Second look and I still don't know.
Nine. $16.
Not an easy run, the winning line in this frame from this position.
$17.
Well, a little bit overhit. Downside is it's a little trickier, the black. The good news is he can play a little flick cannon on the three reds here. Plays the outside one, he'll open them all up into play. Yep, there you go. Good shot.
$24. $25.
The only real awkward red is the one next to the pink. And he'd be well past the winning post If he can keep knocking these in,
32.
he won't need that red. This will put him 20 in front. In fact,
40.
he wouldn't need the one that's tight on the cushion behind the black either.
$41.
So he needs the black, 2 more reds with blacks. John will need a snooker.
48.
Oh, he's gone too far. He's made it difficult now for himself.
Well, he knew straight away, didn't he? He bowed his head there. As soon as he made contact, he's potted that red into the left-hand side of the pocket, and consequently the cue ball's gone more to the right. He didn't get that absolutely straight in, did he?
Yeah, all he needed was the black, that red that's off the cushion, and another black, and he would have been 44 in front with 43 on the table. He's going to have to go all the way around the table if he's going to try and get on that red. Well, there was no angle to do that, so it's just a safety shot. Looked as if he was going to clinch the frame there.
56.
Yep, we mentioned it earlier, didn't you? We said there's no such thing as an easy shot on a snooker table, and that's why. If you said to him in the club all day, all you got to do is pot that, keep the cue ball, and make sure you're on the next black to get on the red. You wouldn't make a mistake all day.
What a red this would be for John to knock in. Even if he doesn't finish on a colour, if he could pot this, he could put Mark in all sorts of trouble. It's there. Even if he's not on a colour, it's okay. He can play the blue, put him tight up behind the brown, and he might get a few points from this position, especially if he gets tight to the brown. Tighter would have been better. It would have cut off this escape route.
Well, we've seen already this evening how good he is escaping from these sort of positions, but he'll have to be very special here because the targets are so small.
Here comes the white, and it's just slipping past now. If it's dead straight, John won't take it on because he can't get on the black. He's looking around at the scoreboard. He's just 31 behind. There's a slight angle there with it. Big shot. And if he gets, that makes it difficult, stunning it in. Excellent shot, but I don't think he's got an angle to move that red. Well, he forced the angle. I didn't think that was on, but if he had hit it any harder, he'd have swung it away from the red.
You've got a chance of getting a snooker here, though. Good chance. Behind the pink. Yep. There you go. Probably play this. Well, does he play it dead weight to land on the red, or does he play it with pace and try and put distance between object ball and cue ball?
Yeah, I think he might play it with pace, because if he hits that full ball, every chance is sending this back up the table and leaving the white there. That's the sort of line that he would have to take to do that.
Foul. The miss. John Higgins 4.
Well, Jan Verhaas might need the help of
Bring it up, Paul, please.
Paul Collier, one of other referees who's on the scoreboard, and he will have a look at the monitor and help Jan Verhaas out here. There's Paul Collier there.
How's the yellow?
Yeah, it's good innovation that we've used here. Remember a few years ago, Dennis, they never had this, did they? And it seemed like pretty obvious just to use the facility if it was there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Blue.
Yeah. And they can more or less guarantee, no, the blue's not near the cushion. It's out of play because John Higgins wouldn't have pushed it out of play when he played the snooker before because he needs all the balls. So
Cue ball's closer, right?
It doesn't look too bad now.
How's that?
Yeah, well, I've got a line up previously, so that's not too far off it. It doesn't make a lot of difference, but the white's near enough spot on. He'll be playing the same shot again.
yeah, I think they've got the blue better now.
Action, or,
It's certainly away from the cushion a little
John?
bit more than it was just before.
Thanks, Paul.
Well, he'd play the same shot again, and I think he'd play it with pace, because if he does hit it full ball, he could send the red back up the table. So let's see if he can get nearer to the line this time. Well, he's double kissed it, and I'll tell you what, he'll settle for that. He holds his hand up. That could have gone anywhere.
Got a couple of shots he could play. I think he might just clip off this and put it side cushion and try and line up with the blue. Keep the snooker. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Mark's just having a look to see where he'd flick the red out to, because he can actually hit this red on the left hand side as we look down the table, but he's got to hit it very thin. He's just having to look to see where the red's going to go.
Well, if he can get this white, well, he's hitting cushion first now, isn't he? I'll tell you what, that was almost a terrific shot there. If he misses the pink,
I still think it is a very good shot. It's really well thought out now. Just to play the cushion first. Very clever.
yeah, he needed that cue ball tight on the cushion, and the black prevented that. So this is a bit of a chance, but I'll tell you what, it's far from easy under the circumstances.
Yes, and I suppose from what we've seen so far this evening, the apartments have been not up to scratch. Has been his long game, but as you say, Dennis, this is seriously tough. Good cueing for this one.
Where's the red going to finish? He's going to leave it up by the looks of it if it misses the green. Oh, what a result he's had there. What a result. If he misses the green with the red, he sticks the lot up. Once it hit that cushion, if it misses the green, he sticks it up. But there we go.
He had a chance there, John, to play that shot. He's just got the red too thick. He had a big target there behind the pink with the cue ball, but because he hit the red thick, thrown the white wider. Good news is he hasn't left the red in a possible position, but I thought he'd get closer than that.
Well, this is a half chance. It's all about the cue ball, this. I mean, it's tight on the cushion.
1.
That was a much better shot than it looked. That's a couple of balls that John has knocked in when the cue ball has been frozen on a cushion. Never been in front in the match so far, John Higgins. He did win the first frame, but he lost 3 in a row. But this would be 3 in a row for him if he could take it.
Blue.
Yeah, I suppose the only good news for Mark Selby before with the shot he played was the green came
6.
down the table. If it had been on its spot, these have been definitely all over. But position a little tricky. Yep, yellow to green and green back to brown, so not all over yet.
Eight.
That's not perfect. It will pass the blue. This is the shot. This is the key shot as John looks round at the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's in a funny position as well, this green, because it's one of those ones you'd love to stun this in, but the middle pocket might be in the way. Just held it this side instead.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
$15.
He needs all the balls. This is the wrong side of the blue, but he should be okay. Oh, he hasn't had enough side on it.
20.
He hasn't played it with enough side. Where was the side? If he pots the pink, Mark Selby will be able to tie. What did he do with that blue?
He can't believe it himself. He cannot believe it. The only thing he couldn't do there was not get into the cue ball.
He's got to try and pot the pink now and cannon the black. That's the only way he can get on the black. And he's missed the cannon. He tried to flick the black out.
26.
Unbelievable.
He cannot believe it, John. He's just looked at the sky there and he cannot believe what he's done. If you'd have said to him, play the blue and put yourself in an awkward position, you couldn't have done a better job of it.
He's hit it thinner than he needed.
26.
But it's not an easy pot by any means.
Yeah, the things you can do when you're under pressure. Brain gets addled. It's a bit fuzzy, make poor decisions. This is a massive shot.
Wasn't easy. John's pot won't be easy either. In fact, John's in a position here, if he doesn't pot this, every chance he can stick it up. Big, big shot.
I suppose, thinking John's favour, of course, Dennis, he gets 2 bites of the cherry, doesn't he?
And looking at Mark Selby, I think he's going to try and back double this black into the right corner pocket and bring the white back up the table by the looks of things. Well, he had the safety in mind as well. He looked at the angle, but look where he put the cue ball. Well, this is a fabulous return safety shot.
Well, that's the best shot of the match. That seriously is the best shot of the match. Absolutely wonderful judgment.
That's not too bad either, I can tell you.
Brilliant. Wall to wall to wall. 3 consecutive shots, all top class.
That's okay. It's going to be hard enough. John's got a shot here where you send the black all around the angles and hopefully get it on that ball cushion. Just keep your eye on the black here, see how many cushions it hits. There's 1, 2. Where's the white? But look where he's got the black.
This is some of the best standard of safety play on a black that I've seen for a long, long time. Both players superb.
Oh, he hasn't hit it hard enough this time. This is the chance that John Higgins has been waiting for after that fabulous safety battle on the black. Just this needed. And in the black goes. Mark Selby had an earlier break of 56. It wasn't enough, and John Higgins wins that frame on a black ball fight, and he's back in the lead for the first time since the opening frame, 4-3.